a bit is that it'll pop up here, and then we'll hit that. And then here's where we can. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Granularity.ai tutorials. Today we are going to talk about something called AI Suite. Now, I think this is pretty cool, mainly because it makes a lot of things easier for a lot of developers, a lot of researchers, and a lot of enterprises when you want to compare models to see which one gives the best results. So the person who had a hand in creating AI Suite is Andrew Yang. Now, if you are familiar with Andrew Yang, you understand that he's probably in the Mount Rushmore of AI influencers, people who are one of the AI innovators when it comes to deep learning and AI. And for the ones who don't know, I made this really simple slide to kind of give a brief explanation into who Andrew Yang is, what AI Suite is, and what is it for. So, Andrew Yang is a key figure in artificial intelligence, known for co-founding Google Brain and advancing deep learning technologies. His leadership at Purdue significantly impacted natural language processing, also known as NLP, and voice recognition. Additionally, through Coursera, he has democratized AI education, making it accessible to millions globally. Now, I didn't know about the Coursera part and in the fact that he had a hand in creating a bunch of different AI courses. I wasn't familiar with this, although maybe I have seen, I think he was part of Deep Learning AI. So I think I've seen a few courses on Coursera from Deep Learning. But yeah, um, he's a huge figure, a huge player in what we know as AI to be today. And he had a hand in creating something called AI Suite. So, what is AI Suite? AI Suite provides a unified interface for interacting with multiple LLMs, aka large language models, enabling easy comparison and seamless switching between providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and AWS. Focused on chat completions, it ensures stability via HTTP endpoints or SDKs, with plans to expand functionality. Now, recently, in the past day or two, I've had the opportunity to kind of explore AI Suite, explore what's possible, and the value that I find in it is using it to decipher what model fits your build, application, project the way you want it to. For example, I if we compare OpenAI with Anthropic with Llama, I think you can make a pretty good determination that they all have a different feel for their response. Some are, maybe the OpenAI one might be pretty straightforward. Maybe the Anthropic one might be good at summarizing, and maybe Llama might just good at giving you the bare minimum. I don't know. But this is where we get into the last piece, which is what is this for? So AI Suite is ideal for developers, researchers, startups, and enterprises seeking a streamlined way to integrate, compare, and switch between multiple LLMs like OpenAI, Anthropic, and AWS. It simplifies testing and optimization without changes, making it perfect for building AI applications, evaluating model performance, and ensuring flexibility and cost efficiency in large scale solutions. So, again, maybe you're not looking for something as extensive as an Anthropic or a OpenAI model. Maybe you just need bare minimum. So you go with the Llama model. Maybe through your testing where you're able to compare these model responses using AI Suite, you could then determine, based off certain questions, which model suits your needs best, and then say, oh, okay, How much does this model cost? If the cost needs meet your needs, if the cost needs are sufficient, you can go with whichever model kind of fits you best. But the main thing with AI Suite is for you to have the ability to compare, to choose which model fits best, and then to optimize it. That I believe is the real value behind AI Suite currently. Um, I'm sure over time, this will be something that will be built on top of, and we'll see more and more come from AI Suite or Andrew Yang and AI Suite. Uh, I'm assuming in the near future. I will add the GitHub to AI Suite within the YouTube description. You can see here, there's examples that you can kind of work with, uh, Q&A, reasoning, AI Suite demo, stuff like that. Mainly, we're going to be working with the AI Suite demo and also adding a bit of a twist to it, um, to kind of be able to, again, compare, save, take it to who your reporting manager is and say, hey, here's what I found out, here's the accuracy, so forth and so on, and here's the models that perform best. But here is the GitHub that Andrew Yang has. You can find other repositories of his, and kind of check it out for yourself. But today we're going to talk about AI Suite and what it can do. So as you can see, there's the setup, licensing, contributing, blah, blah, blah. Examples for using it with Hugging Face, OpenAI, stuff like that. So if this sounds like something you're interested in exploring, please hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you like. Please make sure you comment, suggest, provide feedback. Please make sure you dislike if you want. I want to get your feedback. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to make sure I'm providing the best value for you so that you can take this to your own business, your own enterprise, or maybe your own school projects, whatever it may be. I just want to make sure that I'm providing you with the best value that I can. So anyways, let's hop right into the tutorial. So I already have this pre-coded just so that I didn't spend too much time on this. It's fairly simple, nothing too crazy. Um, but I already kind of have pre-set up questions that I want to use. So let's hit this right here. And you can see I had asked ChatGPT actually to come up with complex questions, to ask an AI model. So I asked it to come up with 10. One of those, or a few of those questions are: if renewable energy technology is suddenly unavailable worldwide, how might this impact global economies, energy infrastructure, and international relations over the next decade? Um, prove using mathematical induction that the sum of the first n odd numbers is n to the power of 2. Sorry. Uh, Design a pseudo algorithm to find the shortest path between 2 points. Da 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 da. So you kind of get the idea. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't know if it's hard for you to read the questions or not, but you kind of get the idea. And then I also have here where the automation is not only able to use AI Suite to generate these different, um, or generate the answers to these questions, but also save them within these cells here, that we should be able to download the full CSV and then kind of use it for our own analysis to then decide which model meets our needs. So let's exit out of this real quick and let's install. I am using Google Colab. For some reason, it was giving me issues in Anaconda. But yeah, and then we get to here, which we have import OS, get past, da 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 da. So it asks for your OpenAI API key here so that you can use the models you're requesting. So we're going to enter in our OpenAI key here. And for all you trying to steal my API keys, unfortunately, you can't. There we go. So then we're going to enter our Anthropic one. Cool. Green check mark means we're good to go. So then let's keep going. So we're using also import AI suite as AI, PP print, and pandas. So we're going to run the client real quick. Everything's good to go. Um, I was hitting, I think, I don't know if it was a rate limit. There was an error I was getting, overload. So yeah, I had to import a rate limit error, and kind of add some extra code to make sure it's able to retry as well as delay or have a delay between the amount of times it retries. Um, so this is kind of the, you can see it here, max retries, retry delay, so forth, so on, to kind of make sure like it doesn't time out and it can kind of just keep going. Because I was getting like, again, a rate limit error before, or I think it would give like a 546 error, I think it's called, where it says it's overloaded. So yeah, just want to kind of state that out there, as it does overload sometimes and give an error. So I will have this code also in the description if you want to use it for your own stuff. Run this. Nice. So here I kind of already have the CSV loaded and already kind of have the path here. And this is kind of where you'll see where it starts analyzing those questions and providing answers. Oh, I'm sorry, on the next one. Here it is. So runs through question one. And it does take a while, so I might speed up this part of the video, but it does take some time. Great. So now, as you can see, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions have been completed. It looks like we did get an error from Anthropic for one of the questions. Um, Maybe it couldn't answer it. I'm not sure. Maybe it says internal server area. So maybe it's an issue from their end. But anyways, let's keep going and let's finally output the final CSV that we want to use. So what you'll see in a bit is that it'll pop up here, and then we'll hit that. And then here's where we can see all the model responses. So if renewable energy, how it might impact global economies. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'll read kind of the first sentence, maybe a few points. If renewable energy technologies were suddenly unavailable worldwide, it would have profound and far reaching impacts on global economies, energy infrastructure, and international relations over the next decade. Here's an analysis of the potential consequences: increased energy cost, investment shifts, job market disruptions. So, yeah, it kind of goes all into depth for the OpenAI GPT model. Um, Although, which model are we using for this? I don't know if I stated it in there. Let's see. So we're using the GPT-4o model from OpenAI for these responses, and the Anthropic Claude 3.5 Sonnet model for the responses. So then we have, for the same question that we asked first, the sudden unavailability of renewable energy technologies worldwide would have far-reaching and significant impacts on global economies, energy infrastructure, and international relations over the next decade. So kind of the same thing. Let's explore these potential consequences. Global economies. So it kind of formats it way nicer. The formatting between the two is different. For example, for global economies, the Claude model provides an A, B, C descriptions all the way down to A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, all the way down from A to E for global economies on the different points it wants to hit. Same thing as we go down for here. Um, it looks like it did the same thing, just maybe by numbering. But personally, I like the letter format better. It just looks cleaner. Um, let's see for this one. If a traveler has six different cities to visit, this seems like the traveling salesman problem. And they can only travel from city A to city B if a direct route exists. Calculate the number of possible unique itineraries, given that only three routes exist: A to B, B to C, and C to A. To solve this problem, we must first understand the constraints given by the route network. The traveler can visit six different cities, but direct travel is only possible between specific cities. Da, 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 da. The solution to the problem led by these constraints is zero unique itineraries involving all cities. Let's see. Let's see if the same thing states here. Let's approach this step by step. Da, 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 da. I like the way Anthropic answers questions more than um, the OpenAI model, the GPT-4o model. This just is formatted better. The opening is better. The way it's organized is better. But let's see the conclusion. However, since the question asks for unique itineraries, and these three descriptions represent the same circular route, we consider them as one unique itinerary. So then you kind of boil this down to which uh, answer is correct, right? Now you come down to accuracy. Where for the OpenAI GPT-4o model, we get zero unique itineraries, but for the Anthropic Claude model, we're getting one unique itinerary. So the conclusions are different. So that'll be something to pay attention to. And then for prove using mathematical induction that the sum of the first n odd numbers is n to the power of 2. Using my, we will follow the steps, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, the sum of the first and odd numbers is is n to the power of 2. The first one, the first number is odd numbers, n to the power of 2. I see. So yeah, it looks like again, GPT-4o is very good at solving mathematical problems, which I think most of us already knew just through its own benchmark tests that were performed through other individuals doing benchmark tests or other companies doing benchmark tests. Like the OpenAI models, all the way up to O1, are very good at doing math. I think that's a no-brainer. Um, this question might have been too difficult for uh, Claude to solve. I think it solved it before from when I tried to experiment this with other questions. I can't remember, so I'm surprised it kind of gave an error this time, but it's all good in the hood. So yeah, this could be very helpful when you are trying to compare answers and questions uh, uh, to see which model best performs for what you're looking to solve. Um, let me see. Mm, so yeah, you could download it, take it with you, and then just review the answers by yourself. Um, but yeah, like I said, this could be very helpful for any type of AI researchers or any type of developers or data scientists for that matter, who are just looking to kind of experiment and see which models might perform best for their use cases and which models will be the most useful for them. And again, it kind of boils down to okay, sure, uh, Anthropic might have great organization and great formatting and kind of great introductions um, to responses. Um, but is it accurate? Frankly, again, I don't know. This is where you would have to then already know the correct answer and then kind of uh, uh, give train, I guess, or have the correct answer, decide which model is correct, and then go with that one, right? Because at the end of the day, you kind of want to make sure that responses are depending on your domain, that responses are correct and accurate over creative and uh, sounding good. Um, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you like. Please make sure you dislike. Please make sure you comment, suggest. I want your feedback. I want to know that you enjoy um, what you're getting. If not, feel free to state that as well. If it's not meeting your needs, feel free to state that as well. Um, if there's suggestions that you think we should make to our use cases and projects that we present and tutorials that we present, feel free to state those. But anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna wish you guys a good night and bye bye.